Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Between the Laughs. Carlos Mencia here with Gabe Lopez. By the way, we got to give a shout out to somebody that I kind of just met, but we were talking about her, the chef. She won. What was the name of the chef?
A friend of mine, her name is Ellie Parker. She's a chef here in Vegas, and she was representing Vegas in this Hell's Kitchen, the States edition, and she fucking won. She won it all.
Dude, that's so fun. And we went there.
Yeah.
We were there like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was just incredible. Dude, oh my God, I forgot. Bro, by far. What's the name of the place?
Main Street Provisions.
Okay, and I don't know how long she's going to be there because she's a superstar now, but Main Street Provisions, I'm telling you, if you like pork chops, the best, juiciest, tastiest pork chop I've ever had in my fucking life. It was, bro, you saw me eating it, and
You didn't share, dick.
it was so good.
The whole
bro.
time you're just going, oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing.
I just ate it, and normally I want to share. I was just in a whole zone because, and then she said it was like the Wagyu of pigs. I never even heard of this.
Yeah, didn't know that was a thing.
Did not know that. Like they treat them the same. They massage them the whole thing.
Yeah, they give them hand jobs. They let them drink beer.
Dude,
It's amazing what they do to these pigs.
Amazing. And pig lovemaking of all the domesticated animals that I've ever known, lived on a farm. Theirs is the best. It's long and slow, and their dick is it's like a little corkscrew. It's kind of corkscrew like that, and they just put it in, bro, and then they just and they're there for like a while, bro. You know, and it's not like a dog. Because dogs, they look happy right up until they're like, God damn it, I can't leave this bitch. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the look on their face is literally like, oh, we're just stuck here, man. We're just.
No.
Did your parents?
People are going to be Googling pigs making love.
Bro, do it. I'm telling you, bro. It was like it was so weird when I was a kid living in Honduras where they would start and we would just sit back with my dad and all of us just, míralo, mijo, míralo. It's slow and long and slow. It was like, it was.
It's so beautiful, mijo, look.
I know, dude. But, yeah, so the cook and I was thinking about this, you know, as much we've done it on immigration, that this shit has escalated to a point where as a Latino, bro, I'm starting to feel like a little uncomfortable. A little like, there's always been, I think one of the biggest issues with Latinos in this country is that we all come from different countries. So it's not like we're some united force of people that come from similar, same backgrounds.
Correct.
Right? It's Mexico is way different than El Salvador.
Yeah.
Salvador is, way different. Guatemala, Salvador.
And there's so many Latin countries, the Guays, the Paraguay, and the Uruguay. Like there's so many different countries and so many different, truly different than Mexicans. They're not the same. Like we are not the same at all.
I mean, just the way they speak, the way others, faster, slower, the whole thing. But I think that one of the issues is that we get the bad parts of it all because we get the bad parts even though like I'm an American citizen. I was pretty much born here. Yeah. But my younger sister Bert, they were Albert, they were born here. But they still kind of get that quote unquote beaner attitude sometimes. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Do you feel I feel like it's happening more right now with all these raids and all this stuff in like Minneapolis, and it's just people getting shot. First of all, did you see the video of the shooting?
Yes.
Of Good.
Yes.
What did you think? Because I Zaprudered that shit.
My opinion, like how the way they were trying to sell it versus the reality, because there was 30 different angles of this thing. Everybody was filming this thing. And this lady was initially trying to let him go by. She saw them.
So at first, the guy pulls out, right? And then she blocked the street. She did not block the street.
She did not block the street.
She went halfway out. The cops could have went around her.
Absolutely.
She stops, like respectfully, instead of just leaving, she waves them by. You could see her hand going, go ahead. Like, go ahead.
Go catch your man.
Go get your guy, right? I'm just observing. Then the guy tries to like get out of your car. She reverses but turns the car toward the right so that it pulls away from him.
Yes.
Right on the way back, she's getting away from him.
Yeah.
Then you see her tires turning. Now, if you freeze it, the tires are kind of pointing at him when he shoots. But the issue is, if you watch the video, she's turning to drive away.
Yeah.
She's not. He's not even in front of her car.
No. At no point was he in danger. He was not in danger.
Well, first of all, they were like, he had some internal injuries. I was like, from what? He shit his pants?
Yeah.
You didn't get hit?
Yeah.
They supposedly, the video's there.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I was like, wow, this is gonna change a lot of people's view on what happens here.
But it's how they sell it, and it's how they sell us. It's the unfortunate part. We're when the current administration is we're all rapists and we're all criminals. You know how heartbreaking that is to me and more importantly my parents that are immigrants. I'm like, no, and everybody that I knew growing up, I didn't know any criminals. I didn't know any drug dealers growing up, and my parents made a point to keep us away from that. Not to discount that they aren't there.
Sure.
But my parents made a point.
Right.
So just just how to discredit.
So let's take poor out of it, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people do. A lot of people act like a lot of this stuff is racial motivated. Black people do this, Latinos do that. Right? Number one, vast majority of ethnicities kill themselves. Around 90% of white people kill white people. 90% of Latinos kill Latinos. 90% of blacks kill blacks. Right?
Yeah.
That's a proximity.
That's just math. It's
just math and
yeah.
it's proximity.
Yeah.
It's like, where do you live?
Yeah.
Right? But also, it's a poor people thing. Gangs as an example. Gangs started as a poor people thing. It was, let's, protect the neighborhood from those dudes that come over and break into our cars or break into our houses. It was kind of like a neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
And then it was like, this is our territory.
Yeah,
and then
it grew in selfishness, and now we have leaders and management. And
the cartels have the same, idea. And then it turned into, hey, this is business. That came from the Italian side, right? From the East Coast, where like, hey, this is just business.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
all it is.
civilians,
Yeah.
and that's it. It's nothing personal. You're about to kill me. The fuck you talking about? Nothing personal. But the one thing about Latinos is that, unlike a lot of the other groups that came to this country who came in at one big point and then moved on.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Yeah, we don't have an Ellis Island where they just got.
But they just keep coming.
Yeah.
Is the thing,
Yeah.
right? I moved out of the hood, and then somebody moved in. I think in the house that I grew up in, 538 North Colonia Los Cedros, I kind of kept track of it. Since we left there in 89-ish, that house, I think we got out of the house 88, 89. Since that time, there have been 8 groups of people that came in there, saved money,
and got out.
and then left. But the problem is if you go there, it just still looks the same.
Yeah.
There's no change. It's not all Latinos, what I mean? It's the same thing. And so I think we get sucked into that vortex because I see and I feel so much hate right now, like negativity coming toward us.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know that the guy that shot Good, he's raised over $1 million. They've GoFunded
Did he get fired? I don't know what happened to this guy. Did he get a medal?
Nothing's happened to him, but they figured he's gonna get fired. I mean, or he's gonna get sued. Because it doesn't matter whether they charge or don't charge. You can still civilly find somebody.
And it just proves lack of training. Cops are trained. If you are not armed, even if you're running away, cops do not shoot the person. This person just shot into the window
3 times in the head, by the way.
Point blank, just there.
Right. Not like in the torso. Not like, hey, let me shoot her in the leg or something like.
So I guess my concern would be, why are these people that have no training in that area allowed to have firearms.
Wait, even before that, I guess what I'm trying to fucking really badly do a job of is why is America or parts of America accepting this? That's the scary thing to me. That I look at that video and I go, okay, this guy you really believe that this guy felt like he was in fear of his life? She was literally going 3 miles an hour.
Yeah.
She hadn't even really it's not like she went.
It's not like she just hit the gas and just took off. No.
This is what I see in a video. I see a woman that wants to respect the law, kind of, where she stops and doesn't cut all the way into the other lane. She tells the officers to move. Once she gets confronted and they're like, get out of the car, she's like, no, fuck this. I'm not getting out of the car. I know what happens here. She tries to get away from the first cop, then tries to veer and get away from the second cop. This cop that shoots her, when in that one angle of the video, he's literally maybe 1 foot into the way of the car if it were to go straight.
Yeah.
And it's turning away. And I just don't understand how so many people are like, well, bitch should have got out of the way, or that's okay. You know what I mean? It's have we been watching too many fucking John Wick movies?
Because they're not police. I think we can all agree that these are not police officers. They might have the police thing stamped on them, or I don't know if it's just ICE or police. I think I've seen both. But it's just how. What if this person's last name was Sanchez? What if this last person's name was Johnson? If it was a black person or a Latino person, would the reaction been different? But her last name was Good.
I know, and some other ICE agents have been telling, because a lot of people are following these ICE agents. First of all, you can't say that they're obstructing when they're following you.
Yeah,
that's not obstruction.
Yeah,
obstruction is. No, you can't go in there. No, let me block the roads. No, there's people. That's obstruction.
Yeah.
Me following you to videotape you to make sure, that's not obstruction. That's not what that is. And you can't fucking beat the shit or shoot these people or do what they did, which is just go do your job. If that's what you're gonna do. The thing is that not enough people are turning on it, and the fact that there's enough people in this country that are starting to blame their life on the existence of these people here, that's the scary thing to me. That's the part
I agree.
That's wait, what the fuck? I'm the reason that your life isn't what it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
That shit is really scary, bro. And no matter what anybody says, and listen, you know this. This is how a lot of those authoritarian states start, right?
Yeah.
It starts with a victim. Your life could be better.
But you have to create a victim mentality, and these victims, and let's say with the current administration, he has them believing that things can be so much better if, and he just inserts stuff into the ifs, well, maybe things could be better if these people weren't here, or if those people weren't there, or if things were like this. When we're talking about they believe they belong here, you took a boat here. We didn't.
Right.
Maybe there were no lines when our ancestors were, but we didn't take a boat to get here. We all know how black people got here, but the white people got here the same way, different conditions.
Right. The border crossed us type mentality.
Exactly.
There are huge parts of the southwest of this country where that actually did occur.
People forget that the state of California and part of Texas and Arizona was part of Mexico at one point.
Mexico was part of Mexico.
It was part of Mexico.
Right.
Just because the government decides to sell some land and then recreates the lines doesn't mean that you aren't from that spot.
Yeah, but you're right. And what the devaluation of human life.
That's mind-boggling to me.
How?
Are you afraid? I'm afraid. And you and I both live in gated neighborhoods. We don't have any Latinos surrounding us in any fucking way.
Not like that. But, listen. So, my mom, this is kind of what got me. My mom was like, Mijo, do you need anything from the store? And I go, yeah, Mom, you know what? can you give me some onion dip, some sour cream? I'm gonna make and then and she goes, Ruffles and Doritos.
Ruffles and Doritos.
Exactly, Mom. Then she calls me and she goes, Mijo, I'm not gonna be able to go because I tried to drive there and ICE agents were there and I
Get
don't have
out.
my passport, so I'm just gonna come to the house. I'm not gonna go to the store.
Yeah.
And dude, I froze because part of me wanted to go, fuck that.
Yeah. You and I, if we see the agents, let's fucking walk in.
You are a goddamn citizen of this country,
Yeah.
Mom. You are a fucking citizen. Fuck that. You get your ass in there. And if they ask you questions, you just tell them, I'm a citizen. And then my mother goes, do you think I should do that? And then I heard her accent and I went,
no, don't do it. Not with the accent.
Just come to the house, Mom. Just come to the house. Because
it's not worth the risk.
it's not worth my mother being in a detention, for however long.
Or being beat for no reason.
I mean, she's old, so hopefully, they're not gonna kick her ass. But still, for my mom to be, she's almost 90, bro.
Yeah.
She's 80s, so she's up there.
Yeah.
But the fact that I didn't know, what to do at that moment, it really bothered me.
Yeah, as it should.
And it actually made me go, oh, well, what if they were to start fucking with me? What am I going to do? And then I'm hearing all these stories of American citizens that have been taken in. Have you read about these stories?
Mm-mm.
A lot of American citizens have been taken in by ICE. These guys are like, nope, you don't have proof you're a citizen. We got to take you or whatever. And they're in there for, 8 hours or whatever it is. And then they finally let them go. No apologies. No anything. No. Don't, yes, it's just, all right, you can go. I can't afford that. Let's just say that you and I, after this, we're like, hey, let's go to fucking Tacos El Gordo.
Yeah.
And then ICE is there. And we're like, whatever, who gives a shit? And then we start messing with them. And just because they have the power to do it, they'll violate our rights and we can sue. But if they take us into a holding place for 8 hours, there's no show tonight.
Yeah.
No show tonight. Why? Because my little fragile ego just wanted to, whip it out kind of in front of these guys. It's like, it pisses me off, dude, because you can't do that.
It's easy to prove how isolated it is on the people that they're going after, because how many, and for anybody who watches this around the country, around the world, how many places, at least in the United States, have a place called Chinatown or Little Saigon? Mm-hmm. And you mean to tell me all the people in Chinatown are American citizens? And God knows I don't want to happen to the Chinese people what's happening to us.
Yeah.
I'm not in any way saying that.
Yeah.
But it's so easy to prove how this is such a targeted thing.
Of course it is. You're right. I mean, do you really believe that all those nail salons?
Yeah. All the Vietnamese people in nail salons.
Right.
You mean to tell me?
Here.
And there's Little Italy's. You mean to tell me all the Italians that we know?
Right.
We don't give a shit if they belong here or not.
Right.
They're our friends or they're not our friends. Either who gives a shit?
Right.
But you mean to tell me that this is not an isolated thing?
Hey, they're not going to the hospitals. Number one group of people overstaying their visa here illegally. Filipinos. And by the way, we are not, I repeat, because we got to say this.
Yeah.
We are not the guys going, hey, what about them, officer?
Yeah. No, and I'm glad. I hate that we have to say that, but I'm just trying to prove how targeted this is.
Targeted toward Latinos specifically.
They are looking for brown-skinned people. Just that.
And they're not. And some, are going like, hey, there's a guy. Like I read a story about a woman and a man that ended up, they're American citizens, but they ended up in holding for 8 hours because the people that lived in that house or apartment before them, the daughter of the man was dating this guy and he's a criminal. And so they came in and they were like, we're looking for this guy. And they're like, yeah, they don't live here anymore. And they go, oh, we don't believe you. And they fucking took him in. And it's what you're saying, bro. I've lived a long time, dude. And you know me, dude. I don't go on stage and cry racism and shit like that. But this one is starting to feel to me, $1 million, bro, for a guy that shot somebody. Who, by the way, hasn't been fired. and not as I know of yet, he hasn't been sued. He will be, but he hasn't. And that just means that all those people are like, we got your back, we got your back, we got your back. I can't, dude, I'm literally verklempt.
Yeah.
My brain is literally stuck going, wait, what the fuck is going on?
And the shitty part is the people that anybody with brown skin watching us knows this stuff's going on. But how many other people that don't have brown skin don't believe that this is how bad it is and this is how bad things are getting and it's not getting any better? And are we really going to convince anybody that's not a brown skin from watching this podcast that, wow, I didn't know it was that bad, and maybe ICE doesn't belong here? Are we? Or because so many people are stuck. The current administration, I don't like using his name, but it's kind of like religion and politics. You're never going to convince another person to switch their views.
Right.
But
you believe that, how are you going to fight my invisible man in the sky is real and your invisible man in the sky is not? Right.
Yeah.
So there's no way to go past
I
it.
want to tell you about mine. I don't want to hear about yours.
Right.
And it's a similar guideline where they just blindly believe that everything they're doing is right. And they're really cleaning up our streets.
But look at where they're going. When you go to Home Depot, you can't fucking tell me that you're trying to find criminals.
Yeah.
The criminals that are drug lords and drug dealers, FYI, they don't go to fucking Home Depot. They get somebody to go to Home Depot for them. They get somebody to go. They don't even pick people up at Home Depot because drug lords don't want regular people like that going to their house.
Yeah.
Only trusted people. So when they're going there, they're literally going after people that just want to come to work. And by the way, people that we employ. It's not like they're coming here and doing their own thing and opening.
Do you think it's a Mexican guy picking up a bunch of Mexicans from Home Depot? No.
And if it is, it's going to a white person. It's going to to that house.
Yeah.
That happens. But I'm still stuck on, why are people okay with this? I mean, part of me was really sad in an ironic way when Good was killed. And it was sad on a few levels. It was sad, like, Jesus Christ, really? It was sad, like, the fuck is wrong with these cops? It's the joke that I do about cops. If you're afraid of being shot, if you're afraid of being killed, why would you be a cop? It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Your job is literally like, hey, you might get shot at. Here's all the equipment to protect you from it. Like, if you're afraid of that, why the fuck would you get a job doing that?
Yeah.
That makes zero sense to me. But the other thing that made me sad was that it took a white woman getting shot for a lot of people to go, oh shit, this is bad. We were getting shot. When I say we, Latinos have been shot by ICE. Since September, I think like 8 or 9.
And that doesn't make a headline.
Latinos, but thankfully, and I mean that like in the weirdest, creepiest way, that Good actually had what happened to her so that it shined the light.
There's a spotlight.
I don't want to wish.
Yeah.
I'm fucking. It hurts, but you know what?
Yeah.
Am I making any sense?
I think like let's use the Charlie Kirk example. I agreed with some of the stuff he said. I disagreed with some of the stuff he said. At no point did I think this guy should not exist in life anymore the way some people think this. Why? Because you're using your voice? That's all he was doing.
Right.
And that's when I was afraid for people like you and I. We use our voice.
Yes.
We're not trying to convince you of anything.
Right.
And if we happen to convince, because Charlie Kirk wasn't trying to convince people, he was just vocal about his opinions,
right.
And then people sided with him.
Right.
And that's what this country's all about.
Yeah, I think that first of all, because it transitioned well into the Kirk thing, right? Which is still the insensitivity part. Like I have friends that have kids that are like, yeah, I don't care. Glad he's dead. Like, dude.
No, that's not the way to think.
Because
And not to say it's wrong for the way you think. That's why we live in this country. But still, does that require
But why
teaching?
can't you say what you just said?
Well, does that require teaching? Because if you're just so brainwashed on one side, I only eat Mexican food, and I only eat Mexican food because I've never tried Chinese food. Right. I've never tried Italian food.
Right.
Well, there's this whole other world that's missing.
Right.
That I'd like to try to develop my own opinion.
Right.
And that's the thing. You get brainwashed in one direction, but you're not willing to listen to other stuff and other perspectives. You know, it's like, you and I are Catholic. Doesn't mean we haven't learned something from somebody that reads the Quran, or even, Mormons. Let's talk about, Buddhists. They all have something to offer. And for the most part, it's generally the same thing. Don't be a dick.
Pretty much, don't be a dick.
Don't kill people. Don't cheat on your spouse.
Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
You want to be treated like shit? Then go ahead. Treat people like shit.
Yeah.
But if you want to be treated nicely, be nice to other
people. You want to see somebody break down the look up that old Jeff Carlin or George Carlin video where he breaks down the Ten Commandments into 2 or 3. There's really 2 or 3 that only work.
Don't steal, don't lie, pretty much.
And don't murder.
Don't cheat. You know what I mean? Like, they're pretty much. But people are okay with it, and I do you think it's like, and I mean this from watching so much video games, entertainment, that we've gotten to a point where you actually, I feel like I'm gonna wake up and go, oh shit, that was a dream, because I feel like I'm living in a world where people are like, oh no, that's how you do it, you just kill them. No, that's in fucking movies, dude. That's not the way the world really works.
Yeah.
You don't just kill people. You make martyrs out of them.
Yeah.
Because for the people that kind of liked Kirk, they're all in now.
Yeah.
They're all fucking in. $1 million raised. And I don't know where it's at now for that guy. I mean, that's crazy, the level of human insensitivity that we have toward each other. Those people are this because they don't have papers. Like, it's okay to treat them like that. This one guy died while he was being detained because he kept asking them for the medication.
And he fucking died.
And he died because they didn't give it to him. They didn't let him take his medication.
I think he was just a diabetic too.
Some shit like that, yeah. But that kind of, okay, so that happens. That's one thing. But when you show it to people, when you go, look, did you know this happened? And they look at you in the face, and I've had it, and they're like, yeah, whatever, fuck them. What? Wait, what?
If you and I when we leave this podcast studio and we go have dinner before our show, and we get and we run into ICE, what proof do you have that you belong here? I have a driver's license. I don't carry my passport with me. I don't carry my birth certificate with me. So they could make up whatever story, and which is happening a lot. They make up their own because
well, now you know they're making up shit because we see the videos, and the videos do not coincide whatsoever with what they said. So we know they're fucking lying.
Yeah.
But what would I do? I would first of all say, listen, do I sound
like, will it be the eloquence of our English that gets us out?
Correct. But that being said, I need your badge number and I need your name. Because as an American citizen, you do not have the right unless you have a document signed, not by
a judge,
by an actual court judge, that you want me. You do not have the right to ask me shit about my citizenship. Zero. So, but they could just be like, fuck you, hit me on the head, take me in. What am I going to do?
And these guys have quotas on how many, let's be honest about it, Mexicans that they're trying to pick up. Mm-hmm. Because my mom that lives in San Bernardino, California, there's a Home Depot not too far away, and she tells you that every single time when ICE just showed up, because the mob of Mexicans that are just looking to work, not to be criminals, not to sell drugs.
Right.
They're just day laborers that are just looking for work today.
And by the way, for all the people listening, not only are they day laborers, but those are people that the cartel would have loved to use as mules, and they said no. That when they came here from whatever little village, there was a drug guy somewhere that was like, hey, if you're going to America, take this. And they were like, no.
Because being a criminal is a choice.
Yes.
And they chose to not.
They're choosing to work.
They'd rather dig ditches and pick strawberries than possibly have an easy life.
Yeah. A lot of the background, cooking, cleaning, janitorial, you know what I mean? A lot of stuff that we never see, you know, the lower decks.
How does your hotel room get made up every day?
Yeah.
How does that salad get to you at that restaurant?
Housekeeping. And yet the disassociation of our humanity, just whether it's this or whether it's Charlie, it's like, how do you not see their humanity? How are you okay with somebody dying?
Yeah.
And they're okay with it, dude. Like, do you have friends that, because I have friends that have kids that I've talked to that they're like, yeah, but you know, like whatever, dude. I mean, did you hear the shit that he said? Yes. Did he ever say, go kill him, go stab him, go rape her? No. He said things like, people that are married are happier when they measure happiness than people that are old, over 40 and single. Just a fact. That's just a simple fact. Now, is it because people that are married have kind of not given up, but like, hey man, this is my life. I'm good with it. I'm tranquil. And people at their 40 are like, man, I'm still chasing the dream.
I got some years left.
I got some shit left. I'm looking good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna find her. I'm gonna find him. Is it that? I don't know. But why would you get mad? But like feminists, well, he would say that. So you just want. But wait. First of all, they asked the women in those relationships, women, how happy are you? And those women were happier than the 30, 40 somethings that were single. Yeah. This is a fact. Doesn't it, you know, how you take that information is up to you. If you're a woman, you know what I mean? You can be pissed off and be like, what are you trying to put me barefooted and pregnant in the kitchen? If that's what you got from it, that's what you got from it.
Yeah.
I don't know what anybody else gets from it. I kind of look at it like, yeah, I would imagine that people that are married already have a life. It's set. It's continuous. It's, you know, you get up at this. She makes coffee. Yeah. You put the bread in the toaster. You know what I mean? You have your life.
And they're happy with the routine.
The routine. Yes.
People are happy with the routine.
Yes. Yes.
I work Monday through Friday, 40 hours. Yes. I get 2 weeks a year off. Yes. Might go on a little vacation.
Yes.
The kids start school in September. And
Yeah. And there's a rhythmic pattern to what occurs, and there's a tranquility that goes into that.
Yeah.
I get it. But just on that, I've had like women be like, and you know what he wanted? Yeah, what he wanted is for people to be happy. In that specific instance. I'm not talking about any other shit that he said. But in this specific, married people are happier. He was basically trying to say, hey, listen, if you want to be happier than you are right now, you should get married and have a mate. That's pretty much what he was going. Now, you might think whatever about it. You might be pissed or like, don't tell me what to do, or I'm just because I'm a woman. And, oh, that's the only way for me to be happy. No, he's literally going, the numbers show that these people are happier. Why don't you just go there? No, that's worth killing for?
Yeah.
That's worth getting so insensitive that you could just go, I don't give a shit. Fuck him. Because of what he said. And my whole thing is, or one of the things, do you feel like the pussification and stupidization, the lowering of the standards, especially intellectually in this country, I think has gotten to the point where this is kind of the byproduct of it. That
it's definitely lack of education.
Well, think about it. I loved debate. Loved it. It was, I mean, dude, there's nothing in the world that I've ever felt better. A lot of things as good, but not better than walking into debate class and having the teacher say, I know that you personally vehemently disagree with what I'm about to tell you, but your job in the next debate is to defend that thing that you fucking hate.
Yeah.
And to win that debate, knowing that every word coming out of my mouth was like, I don't want this, but I had to win the debate, and I did. And the feeling that I got
From proving your point.
yes, proving a point, not even my point.
Yeah.
This was a point that my teacher wanted. He was teaching me a lesson in this. The a point. Are we getting to a point where, we talked about this, tying it into another podcast that we did about family, having a big family. And I was kind of reminded this earlier today when we were watching that special.
Yeah.
When he's talking about Latinos and their family, and he was talking about Full House and how there were 4 people living in it, or something like that.
Yeah, so
6
it
people.
was like 6 people, like 3 girls, 3 guys. Yes, it was.
He goes, if that was a Latino household, it wouldn't be Full House. It would just be House.
Yeah.
Because we do that, but there was something I think that we learned. Now I'm looking back. I'm having a moment. I remember Sundays after soccer, carne asada, my uncles would come over. They would, have beers. They never drank hard liquor, just beers. But they would have some badass philosophical conversation.
Yeah, it gets deep, huh?
Really deep, bro. And not just deep, but like contradictory and angry and, no, esta mierda, no. And then, oh, fuck. Then he went to the bathroom and came back calm. But, the elevated, the egos, but it was fun. It was cool. It was part of life. It was part of us getting together and defending your point and fighting for it. It was a good thing. Is our lack of family values, our lack of hanging out like that, our lack of open air conversation tethered with people don't want to hang out with people that disagree with them anymore?
My take is this, and it goes back to lack of education. And I'll give you an example. Just because I'm Mexican, I don't want people thinking that I'm just pro everything Mexican does. The most racism I've ever experienced in my life were my own people being racist against me. Right. I was a kid that was the pocho. That means so I was essentially I was essentially a wetback on the States because I wasn't born in Mexico. Right. So my feelings got hurt the most by my own people, not my family, but my own people. Right. So I'm not here to say that this is I'm just defending Mexicans. No, this is just we live in a country where your rights used to matter. And right now, people like you and me can be just as much victim as the people that we see on TV.
It's happening, though.
Absolutely.
To American citizens. And people are okay with that. And I'm not being an alarmist. I'm not. But this is how those authoritarian states begin. By, desensitizing.
By creating a panic.
Yeah.
If we're really doing, like, if you really read, because I've read up on what Hitler did as the only example I can think of.
Right.
He got people to believe that there is a pure bloodline and we got to get rid of the rest. We need to keep our bloodline pure.
Well, part of what's happening now is supposedly, right, the whole theory is, and let's go back to Trump saying, why don't we have more immigrants coming here from Norway? Right? So this is a racial thing. He's basically saying, I don't mind immigrants, but why do they have to be brown?
Yeah.
Why can't they look like us?
I met this wonderful girl at a bar, and she was from France. Thick French accent. Mm-hmm. And it's like, and I just happened to just ingest, but I'm like, hey, are you afraid of like ICE picking you up? They're not looking for us.
Of course.
Like, wow.
It's one of the jokes that I did. God, I don't remember one, but it was when Prop 187. You remember they were gonna get rid of all the illegals, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And anyway, I'm sitting in Phoenix with a friend of mine from England, and I was like, "Bro, you're an illegal alien. You've overstayed your visa. You are here illegally. Are you afraid that they're gonna like catch you?" And he literally looked at me and he was like, "Well, that law is not for me." And I was like, "Wow."
And he's right.
Wow. I I know, but fuck, dude. It sucks because we have empathy
For everybody.
for everybody, but we have a little more for those that kind of shared our upbringing. Like you're sitting there going, man, who was the most racist toward me? My own Latino people.
Yeah.
Who gave me more shit? Latino people. But why are we talking the way we are right now?
Yeah.
Because of Latino people. Because we're like, those are our people. It's not us. They're not looking for us. We're empathetic toward them because at least I feel their plight. That could be my uncle. That could be maybe my mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a faceless human being.
It's also what the news is selling. You know, like if you're loyal to MSNBC, you tend to be one way. If you watch Fox News, you tend to be another way. If Fox News was displaying this podcast right now, guess what? You and I are pro narco terrorists, and we're pro drugs coming into the country just by the way they manipulate what we said.
Well, first of all, with regards to the drug thing, to drug war.
Yeah. You think my family wants drug dealers? Fuck no. Do you think my parents wanted my sisters and I to be in that life? Fuck no. That's why my parents worked as hard as they did, to get us away from that possibility.
Bro, listen, I've been frank about this my whole life. When I was 19, very long story short, I sold cocaine for a very short period of time. Long story, you can ask me about it some other time. But when I started making decent money, I tried to give my mom $1,000 because I wanted to
Help.
But it was literally like that fucking scene in Scarface, bro. It's part of when I went, oh fuck, what am I doing with my life? It's the beginning of me the beginning of me stopping selling drugs happened when I tried to give my mother money that she knew
Was dirty money.
And she fucking turned on the stove and burned it. She fucking turned on the fucking stove and burnt the money in front of my face.
That's not how we do things. That's
She-
not how this family does things.
Dude,
Wow, that'd be etched in my head forever.
she didn't even say anything.
Oh.
She literally just took the money, turned it on, and just looked at me and burnt it. And
Lesson learned?
fuck, bro. I mean, she didn't say she was disappointed. She didn't say that's not why we came here. But the look that she gave me it was almost like it was disbelief.
Yeah.
It was
Where did I go wrong, mijo?
yeah.
She took it on. She took the pain on.
Yeah.
Where did I go wrong?
Yeah, she did. And I just, but my point is that the majority of immigrants that come to this country are that. So statistically speaking, Americans do the most crime. Immigrants do less crime than American-born citizens, and undocumented aliens are the least of all criminals.
Yeah.
They do the least kind of amount of crime. So if you literally wanted to make America safer, you would get rid of all the Americans and everybody with a green card and just leave the undocumented aliens, right? Because they're the ones that commit the less amount of crime.
Yeah.
And not only that, bro, but we target them in ways like,
In horrible ways.
oh, bro, like even before this. So there's a California Highway Patrol, like a an actual station right in the heart of East LA. And bro, the minute your sticker goes, if your sticker says January and it hits February, but you got the year, they will pull you over.
Yeah.
And they do that knowing that these people are poor. But why would you target them? Like, if they don't have money to pay for registration in a 1998 Toyota Corolla, you really think they have the money for your fucking bullshit ticket? Why are you targeting these poor people?
Because tickets are for poor people. Because if you and I got a ticket, okay, I got a speeding ticket for $100, $500, whatever it's going to be. it's a nuisance, but we got it covered. We're not worried.
Correct.
Poor people, you get pulled over for expired tags. Well, shit, now I owe $300 on the tags and the other $500 for the penalty on it. But I didn't have the $300.
Right.
So how is the ticketing system not just strictly for poor people?
Yeah, well, it's also getting to the point, right, with the ICE raids and stuff, that a lot of the people that are employing these undocumented aliens are starting to get pissed off because they're like,
it's affecting their livelihood.
yeah, that's a hard work. That you got rid of my best worker.
And these people, these owners of these companies, are not afraid of ICE getting to them.
No, of course not, because they'll just get more. They'll just go get more. You know what I mean? It's not like there's a lack of them.
And if there's a fix, these white owners, if it ultimately affects their pockets, is going to be the only way things are going to change.
Well, that's happening right now, right? There's a turn, but it just feels like what's gonna bring us together again, bro? What's gonna make us see each other for the humans that we are? Like, whether you agree or disagree with illegal immigration, right? Just as a human being, you can't be mad at somebody for trying to make their life better and give their kids an opportunity to become Gabe Lopez, Fluffy, Carlos Mencia, Paul Rodriguez, fucking, any of those. And this is just in the comedy world. Ricardo Montalban as an actor or whatever. Let's just keep going. I mean, that's you can't.
It's so bad that
you can't get mad at them.
So bad that Bad Bunny's the halftime show when we had other foreigners do the halftime show. Why? But he's Puerto Rican, and this is how a lack of education really comes into play.
An American citizen,
because he's an American fucking citizen. Because Puerto
citizen.
Rico is an American territory.
Right. And by the way, going on that note, what the fuck? First of all, the America first, America first, America first, America first, right? America first, America first. What the fuck are we doing in Greenland? You got money to spend on fixing an island? How about you fix fucking Puerto Rico? How about you help there? That's America. Mm-hmm. That's a territory of the United States.
Yeah.
Let's fix that before we go to Greenland and try to figure out some other shit over there.
There's a lot of brownies over in Puerto Rico, though.
Oh, no. What do you mean?
There's a lot of them.
The dark people?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and they're darker than the Mexicans, too, right? Because they got black in them.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. There you go. Well, fuck that. Let's go to Greenland.
Yeah, the closer you are to the equator, the less we want you.
It's all of this, and it just boils down to so much insensitivity and stupidity. And how do we get that back, bro?
Because ultimately, caring about each other is all we should be doing. Like, and as simplistic as it fucking sounds,
it is the only way to survive.
It's loving each other. Not, it's like, right now, the current administration is thriving on the segregation of our people. But you and I both have friends that are every color of the spectrum, and we don't see them as that color.
Well, the effect that we have, because especially shows here in Vegas, excuse me, because one person will come up to me and say, man, I love that joke, and they're coming from, a right-sided view.
Yeah.
But then 2-3 people later, somebody will be like, and and they're coming from the left side. So the fact that we can get people on the left and people on the right to love the jokes,
yeah,
right, to love them no matter what side they're on, that shows that we're human, that we're connected, that we feel and think the same.
But it also proves people like you and I are the actual problem, because we can speak our thoughts with clarity and with eloquence, and still in fun, not poking any bears in any fucking way.
Right.
Realistically, we're the ones that should be deported, not the good people that are picking our strawberries, not the people that are cleaning our rooms. No, they're fucking innocent. You and I that can't be taken away,
right,
that can defend them if we chose to.
Right.
We're the fucking problem.
If nothing else, right? We're the ones taking jobs.
Yeah.
We're the ones doing that. But we're citizens. So,
Yeah. And I ain't going to do that shit.
Of course not.
Those people work hard.
Bro.
We hold microphones for a living.
Broskis. They work hard. Bro, I asked my pool guy, I was like, how many houses do you do a day? And he was like, mira, sometimes, when they're really, really dirty, I get up to go to work. I go to work at 6. And sometimes it's not until like 6 and sometimes I don't even finish. I have to go in the morning too. I was like, God damn. Like that's real. You know what I mean? Like that's real. These people don't have pets, not because they don't bring them comfort. They can't afford them.
Yeah.
Literally can't afford a fucking pet.
Yeah.
You know, and the rest of us, so many of us anyway, are showing so much kindness toward our dogs and our pets, but we're not connecting that way with our humanity. We're not connecting that way with seeing a person, a woman, a mother got shot. And a couple of days later, and it's on video, this guy goes, you need to stop doing what you're doing or you're going to get shot like that stupid fucking lesbian. Talking about good. It's like, well, why would you say that?
Yeah.
Why are people okay with that guy being happy? You killed a human being with kids. Those kids will never, ever be able to love their mother and give her a hug and touch her and get mad at her and say fuck you and disappoint her and none of that, bro. And something's got to change.
Because they're selling segregation. They're selling separation. They're selling us versus them. When it's always been we for so long. We are the fabric of this country. We are what made this country amazing. But now if you sell and then learning loopholes the way the president is learning, like gerrymandering. So if you learn that's a great word, by the way, like figure out like that where they redo districts to make sure that they get the votes for them to win that district and martial law. I just watched on the news this morning on the current president can do martial law. And if he does martial law, which he is within his rights to do, he cannot be taken away from the presidency until the martial law is lifted. So let's say it's an election year.
This is an election year.
He can extend.
This is an election year. And I don't know what they're going to do, but I guess it goes to intelligence. I guess people just, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong. There are people that I feel like, whatever, you know, like the people now that are like, I voted for him, but I just didn't shut the fuck up. No, I can't. Is it insensitive of me? But I just feel like, look, the one of the things that you can say about our president is that he didn't fucking lie. He didn't bullshit you, right?
Yeah.
When he first came down, because there are people who are like, no. But when he said we're going to get rid of illegal aliens, what he said was we're going to get rid of the criminals. Okay. Let's cut back to him about 12 years ago, going down the stairs, escalator. What did he say? They're rapists. They're drug dealers.
Mexicans specifically. We're
and
rapists
then
and
he
drug
said,
dealers.
and some of them, not most of them, not the majority of them, but some of them are good people. So what does he believe? According to that they're all bad people pretty much, with a rare exception. So the fact that he wants to get rid of all of them, that's not a surprise. He told you exactly how he feels about these people. He told you what he was going to do. So now you're going to turn around and go, I didn't realize that he was going to. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And why are you defending? See, I don't come from that world. You know, I used to do a joke where I was like, I'm not like that. If I found out that my dad raped somebody, I would literally be the first fucking person to call the cops on my dad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. There's no part of me, none, that would be like, oh no, he's my dad. I don't give a shit. He's my dad who's a goddamn rapist.
Yeah.
Who's a goddamn murderer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I don't put that, like my mom. I don't care that this is money that I need, by the way. We were living in the projects, bro. My mother needed that $1,000.
Yeah.
But she let me know. This is unacceptable, and what you're doing is unacceptable. Period. End of story.
Like that ICE agent that shot Good. But he's a family man and has a wife and kids. I don't know if he does, but let's just put that hypothetical. He has a wife and kids. Yeah, and he murdered somebody.
Who had kids.
And he murdered.
And the wife, I think.
Yeah.
He murdered somebody that had a wife and kids,
Yeah.
too. And the difference is, he's in hiding.
And stop acting like he was in danger.
Not in that video.
Stop acting like he was in danger. He was not in danger.
Not in that video. Yeah, you know what? If this was a very disjointed podcast, but I think it just goes to the fact that I'm very confused about how I feel. I love this country, and I've seen so much growth, especially when it comes to race and ethnicity and how we've grown as a country. But what's happening right now, bro, is nothing I've ever seen before.
Nobody
Not like
has.
this. And I guess it's scaring me to the point where I kind of don't know how to feel about it.
I go to work. I stay home.
This cough is from GERD, and it's because my insides are getting so blum. Stomach acids are coming up, and that's what it is. It's literally affecting my being. Oh, well, you know what? I still have faith. I still believe that the majority of people are good. I still believe that the majority of people in this country don't feel that way. I feel like it's a small group of people on both sides that are crazy. The ones on one side that are okay with, these people getting killed, and the one on the other side. It's the same thing, right? Now we're defending murderers. We're defending the guy that shot Kirk because, hey, man, look at what he said. And now the other side is like, well, we're defending him because, you know what? He's a cop and he was doing his goddamn job. And we're just going to those corners. Maybe we just need to stop paying attention to those crazy people, way on the right, way on the left, and just exist in what we're going to do tonight. Meet a bunch of people from all over the world and make them all laugh at the same jokes, make them feel the same thing, make them sense their humanity. I guess there's some restness in that, I guess. How do you feel about it?
One person at a time.
Yeah. There it is.
And if you pray, that helps.
There you go. Pray, meditate, do whatever you need to do, and let your voice be heard. But, yeah, this is a weird one. But it's what we do, man. We don't ignore what's going on. We live in these moments.
Just between the laughs.
That's what this was, definitely between the fucking laughs. We'll see you next time, man. Hope you're living your best life.